July was a fantastic month of celebration, celebrating 35 years of being in business with Rightstuf. I absolutely love that company, a company that has brought us a lot of great content, delivering the anime to the fans, and yes, even saving such classics as Interspecies Reviewers. But it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of great sales that went on, and hold on a second, I got a notification. Dude, seriously? Damn it, Sony! Stop! Following the celebration of the 35th anniversary of Rightstuf, we have some fantastic news. Apparently, Sony was not done buying Funimation, Crunchyroll. They apparently decided to buy a distribution company, Rightstuf. And yeah, I'm not too happy. Not too happy. Let's dive into this. There's a lot of information to go through, and I'm going to try to keep myself calm. I absolutely adore Rightstuf. Let me just start off by saying this. I love Rightstuf. I have done business with them for a long time. I have bought way too much stuff. I mean, technically, this YouTube channel was originally created for me just to unbox figures and anime from Rightstuf. I got a pretty good little start out from that point, and I even got in connection with Sean Kleckner, the CEO of Rightstuf, through YouTube, and had a lot of fun talking with them, talking to the staff there, and eventually getting to the point where I can do reviews of their content. It's a company that was kind of like the small company that, yes, they have their issues with shipping and fulfillment and stuff like that, but overall, their quality was fantastic. Their shipping was fantastic. That's what made them so great. I could buy anything from Amazon, but Rightstuf was this small company that, prioritized the customer above anything else. Yes, they couldn't do things that Amazon does, like, give you free stuff on a constant basis because something can arrive with a dent in it, but at the same time, they did their best to make sure it got to you properly. And yes, provided the fans what they wanted. And we're going to get into a bit of that as we talk about this news. For those that aren't aware, and I hate to break the news to you, yes, Crunchyroll has purchased Rightstuf. Let's be honest, it's Sony buying Rightstuf. But in the announcement, they claim that, similarly like they did with Funimation, Rightstuf and Crunchyroll equals best stuff. Please stop with that slogan, the plus equals the greatest place ever. We are excited to announce that Rightstuf has joined the Crunchyroll family. Together, we'll deliver new anime experiences and provide fans with a premier anime shopping destination. Rightstuf was already a premier shopping destination, but sure. And I'm already kind of bugging out with the whole delivering anime experiences because I already know, based on this announcement too, that things like this are going away. So we're already kind of cutting the corners. This is a blog post on Rightstuf, so when they say we right here, it means Rightstuf. Rightstuf remains customer first, and our commitment to customer service is unwavering. Again, then don't take this stuff off the site. The Rightstuf shopping experience, collectible level product packaging, and best-in-class service you've come to expect will continue. I hope so. I hope that everybody there keeps their jobs and nothing happens. It does seem like this is going to be similar to the buyout from Sony buying Crunchyroll and stuff. They're going to have this bracket in which things don't happen. I kind of mentioned this to death when we were talking about that. I've been with a company that was bought out by a bigger company. What happens is you get like a year to 2 year leeway where they don't want to touch anything. They just kind of let you keep doing what you're doing because this is during a time when the bigwigs will start looking at how things are functioning. A proper company will want to know how things work so they can adjust things after that. They don't want to just jump in there and say, okay, get rid of this team, we're going to come in and start working for you. You kind of want to know what you're stepping in. And again, I do hope that remains beyond that. Because again, I do have a strong love for a lot of the people at Rightstuf. The next part of the announcement is Rightstuf is joining Crunchyroll. What does that mean? Is Rightstuf shutting down? I don't think anybody... I like that. Yeah, a company buys another company and just completely shut. Yes, that happens when it's competition, but this is an extension of them, so they're not going to shut down. Like chocolate and peanut butter, Rightstuf and Crunchyroll will be even better together. Rightstuf will remain open and ready to serve you with the best anime, manga, figures, and more. How will this affect how I order? There should be no changes to ordering from Rightstuf anime, unless you are looking for... Here it is. Here it is. Well, let me get the Sam Roberts mug back out. Inside joke for anybody that has not watched the podcast. Roberts was somebody that took over a section in Funimation, and the joke was that she shouldn't destroy things. Anyways, I state again, unless you are looking to buy erotica products, please check here for our erotica product fact, and we'll get into that in a minute. But it's essentially saying that, yes, you can buy everything that you're currently buying. It's just if it's anything that's adult, inappropriate, mature, things that wouldn't be allowed on Crunchyroll.com, obviously, it's going away. Yes. It's going away. Will Rightstuf anime website change? Not this current time. No need to change anything. I'm assuming they're probably going to keep separate until, again, later on when they can kind of merge them into being like the Crunchyroll store or something like that. Will Rightstuf sell only Crunchyroll products? Rightstuf will continue to provide the same wide variety of products we have always been offering for 35 years, with the exception of erotica products. If you have a pre-order with Rightstuf, is it still going to be fulfilled? Yes. Orders will continue to be processed. The only exception here is that anything that contains erotica items, those orders will be moved to another site, which we'll get into later. Moving on, the only other thing that they really have in here is talking about specifically if you have a Crunchyroll subscription, do you get discounts with Rightstuf? They said not at the moment, but they're going to be working on some sort of benefits for people that have subs there, maybe exclusives or deals that they might have in case you are a subscriber with Crunchyroll. So going back, the erotica aspect of this whole thing. I noticed erotica products are no longer offered on Rightstuf. Why is this? As part of our new Rightstuf plus Crunchyroll unification, we will be phasing out that naughty stuff that shouldn't be here. It's inappropriate. Sony told us, and we agreed. This is just bad stuff that shouldn't be on this website. New orders for these items will not be accepted, and they will be removed from RightstufAnime.com. Good old Sony is telling them, now that we own you, time to follow our rules. Which, yes, technically makes sense to a business. Don't get me wrong there. I have open orders for these erotica products. What's going to happen now? Don't panic. We've got you covered. Your existing orders will be honored, and there will be place to continue to order these items going forward. All unshipped orders and pre-orders for erotica genre products will be transferred to eroanimestore.com, who will be responsible for their shipment to you. This is kind of a big, huge question mark for me, honestly, like a legal issue here. Now, again, I'm not a legal person. I am not a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. This is not legal advice, but something seems very fishy about one company just giving all their information about your order to somebody else to fulfill. I think there's a little bit of a information privacy issue there, but I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. So yeah, that's basically all that they have on their FAQ. I guess the other question marks that I personally had was things like what's going to happen to people like Sean Kleckner of Rightstuf, the CEO that we all have grown to love, and his goofy penguin dancing videos. What's going to happen to all the brands underneath the Rightstuf name, like Nozomi Entertainment, Critical Mass? I mean, this is technically Critical Mass. What's going to happen to them? Obviously, what Critical Mass does is not going to be okay with Sony because Sony is all about censoring anime. The only answers that we have right now is that apparently Rightstuf CEO Sean Kleckner and Rightstuf team are joining Crunchyroll's emerging business organization, led by Terry Lee. As for Nozomi Entertainment, they haven't said specifically that they now own Nozomi Entertainment, and yes, technically all the other brands underneath of Rightstuf, but it is kind of telling that Nozomi Entertainment, their Twitter account, tweeted out the announcement saying that they're excited to announce that they said Rightstuf is now acquired by Crunchyroll. So the assumption there is them saying, we will work together to get you more of what you want, leads me to believe that Nozomi Entertainment is saying that we are going to be working with them to do this. So I can assume that at least Nozomi Entertainment might be purchased under Sony and Crunchyroll, and maybe the other brands such as Critical Mass and stuff may just die away, or they might sell those brands to somebody else. I don't know sure why somebody would buy them unless they want to resell some of the stuff that Critical Mass and stuff has already sold. So with all that said, again, I say this out of pure love. I have always loved Rightstuf. I've enjoyed my time working with them, and I hope in the future I continue to work with them. I'd technically say a lot of negative things here and there about how Crunchyroll's handling things. I say negative things about Funimation, and these companies still technically have a great communication going with me, which is great. I don't know how long that's going to last, but we'll see. But Rightstuf, I hope that we continue to work together. I hope that our relationship continues on. Again, I've been doing a lot of reviews for Nozomi Entertainment and Rightstuf, and yes, technically Critical Mass, and I've enjoyed my time working with them. But obviously, this doesn't make me happy. This doesn't make me happy at all. The idea of a very small, very kind of family-looking type of unit being bought up by a big corporation always makes people uneasy. Now, I'm happy for Sean Kleckner. I hope he made, some great money by doing this. Hopefully this kind of brings some burden off of his shoulders. Maybe this is a great move for him. But I still can't help but be uneasy when you have this takeover, and not only that, but have an immediate announcement of things already being removed from the website. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't care about erotica stuff. I don't really buy erotica stuff from Rightstuf. I don't really buy it from anywhere else, but my concern really isn't that. Yes, it does bother me because I think there should be an availability of it. And it looks like they're technically going to another company and saying, look, take care of this stuff now. Look, you guys can still buy this stuff. You just got to buy it from over here. It's just, it is a sign of what's to come when they're going so far the way to say, look, we're getting rid of all the naughty stuff. Don't worry, all of the investors for Sony. We're getting rid of the naughty stuff. We're cleaning out the closets. We're making sure that you don't see anything inappropriate. But my concern is, where does it stop? Because we obviously see a lot of the issue already with what streams on Funimation, what streams on Crunchyroll, how much censorship's on there. And yes, technically things like this being shut down. I don't know if, I think this was already sold. The Steelbook was definitely sold out, but I thought that they were selling it again. Maybe they sold out again, but this is already off the website. Like, Interspecies Reviewer is gone. Like, they got rid of that quick off of their website. And again, this is the fear stuff that I have for me. The stuff that's not necessarily, all it is straight up hentai. Like, the stuff that's just obvious, mature, adult content. What I'm more worried about is the things that are in the middle ground there that, yes, push the boundaries that they will obviously get rid of. And I think that effect that's already happening with basically a company that did so well by providing what the fans want is now being taken over by a company that only wants to give the fans what they deem is allowed. And that's what's already bothering me about this buyout. Now, does this buyout surprise me? No. Honestly, I think this has probably been in the works ever since Crunchyroll merged with Funimation. Because what we were seeing is that everything around Funimation kind of stopped. Like, we weren't seeing things happening. And then only here, like this last month, suddenly tons of announcements of dubs coming out. And so it did feel like suddenly out of nowhere, Funimation was doing things again. The Funimation side of this brand. Dubbing things and possibly doing physical releases. Because again, the physical release announcements were stopping. So my thought process is they were probably trying to figure out how they were going to distribute. And I think they probably slimmed quite a bit out of their production side of Funimation. But remember, keep in mind, over the last few years, maybe more than that, probably about maybe almost 10 years, whenever you bought something from Funimation.com, it typically came from Rightstuf. Rightstuf was already Funimation's distributor. They were already shipping out things for them. If you go to the website and you were to buy something, you would receive a box that literally had the Rightstuf logos and stuff on it. It was pretty funny, which makes sense. Rather than have your own distribution, you let somebody else handle it. And I did have a thought process that as this merger happened between Funimation and Crunchyroll and Sony, that as things started slowing down there, I was wondering if there was an issue, a conflict there. And they may have decided at some point, look, we need somebody that can actually distribute the stuff. And we've always had Rightstuf do it, so hey, why not buy Rightstuf? Just buy them. Just bring them in. So in the end, the pros. I'm sure this is probably a good move by Rightstuf as a company. I don't know their finances, but I would assume they probably work pretty close to the margin. It doesn't seem like the company was ever big and explosive. It wasn't getting big. It wasn't this huge, massive conglomeration, unless they were just banking everything for a rainy day. It just seemed like they were a very family company, very small family company that was doing right on the actual fans. So I'm sure that the company itself is going to be better off going forward. A lot more stability, a lot more comfort. The other pros is that I hope that this means that Funimation and Crunchyroll are going to start moving the gears again and start to actually produce physical releases of this shows they are licensing. Again, where's Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Blu-ray? Like, literally, it's been over a year and a half and we still haven't seen this stinking show come out. People were chomping at the bit to buy that. Now, the negatives. Yes, obviously, number one, censorship. This stuff is going away. And now granted, I'm hoping that somebody else will start doing this stuff again. Like, Critical Mass isn't the only company that can do a release of something like Interspecies Reviewers. I'm still hoping that somebody will step up and kind of replace them as brands like Critical Mass. Because like I said, they're either going to sell Critical Mass or they're going to just shut it down. I don't see Critical Mass continuing under their brand. The limitation of what's available on the website, are we going to start seeing things like, say, the Interspecies Reviewer manga? Is that going to stay up on the website? Does the moment that somebody sees, oh wow, there's a naughty scene in one of these manga panels, there's these little 2 dots on somebody's chest, this is obviously erotica, and they're going to start throwing them off the website. How much censorship is going to be on what's sold on rightstufanime.com going forward? That's my biggest concern, because I think they're going to really start scraping what's available on the website and really toning it down to like the bare minimums. And that sucks for the consumer, because the availability of what we can buy on their site reduces. And yes, you might say you can buy it somewhere else, but the problem then comes if you're somebody that's buying a lot of content, especially when I was buying all this stuff up here, like I said, those holiday sales a long time ago, I don't really get to do it much anymore because I'm doing this full time and I'm not making that much money. But when I was doing that stuff, I wanted to buy everything I wanted from one site, and I wanted to hit that buy button and this big old box come in that has everything I needed. Now you're going to be going, well, they don't have interspecies reviewers, they don't have this show, they don't have this thing. I might as well go to Barnes & Noble. I might as well go to Amazon. They're going to go somewhere else, and that's the unfortunate thing. So yeah, with that said, good luck, Sean Kleckner and the team at Rightstuf. I really do hope this works out for the best for you guys. I hope this means that you get some resources that you need, maybe some extra bonuses in the background, some benefits that you guys might need. Security, I don't know what you're looking for, but I hope that you guys find it. 35 years strong. I didn't burn the shirt. I'm just joking. I can't burn it in the house. 35 years strong, and I hope this doesn't mean it's not going to continue on for another 35 years. It really did feel like this announcement was kind of pushed off until after this. Honestly, I was looking to get an interview with Sean Kleckner during the Rightstuf sale, and they were like, he's booked. And I'm like, nah, now I know why. This announcement right here is exactly why I could not get an interview with Sean Kleckner last month. Well, it wasn't even last month. It was the previous month before then. It was to basically talk about the sale coming up. So he was obviously busy for that, but I'm sure it was mainly because the buyout. I will say that it is kind of funny they decided to wait until after the 35th anniversary sale. That way, one, the bad press won't go against all the sales, but two, yes, so they can sell all that erotica with no problem. So if anybody thinks that Sony is saving us for inappropriate stuff, they knew that sale was going on, and they were probably already their company at that point. The announcement just came after the sale ends, so they could still sell all that inappropriate stuff that they no longer want to have on there. Grats, Sony. Grats, Roberts. Please don't screw up another company. You already screwed it up anyway, so. Anyways, later, guys. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below, comment. Let me know what you thought about this whole situation. Are you happy, mad, sad, don't care? Let me know. Additionally, if you've not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. And yes, I review things that are no longer allowed on rightstufanime.com. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I thank everybody that does, and y'all take care.